other sources of income, which leads me to, once again, your real estate investment strategy plan. So my plan I was going to do real estate part-time, but then, Robert Kiyosaki talked about, in order to get out of the rat race, you had to have properties that was generating cash flow, right? So one of the things that I decided to jump 2 feet in is I found a way with tax deeds where I don't have to worry about a mortgage anymore, right? I was looking to work smarter, not as hard, but also too, I wouldn't be stressed out about having a mortgage. And even if I had a mortgage, the most important thing about real estate investing is your mortgage should pay your cash flow should pay for your mortgage, and you should have money left over, right? So what's really important, I don't want to get too sidetracked. What I want you to know is, if you're going to invest in tax deeds, right, figure out what it is that you truly desire. Now, if it's overages, most of the time, the reason why I started offering overages is because sometimes people were in states that they could not afford tax deeds, and I offered overages as a way to increase their cash flow so that they could, or I don't even say cash flow, but increase their more, for them to have more cash to invest in properties. However, you guys know I do have properties where you can get for $2,000 or less, so I feel like everybody has the opportunity in this business to actually purchase properties. As a matter of fact, I gotta figure out how to do a side-by-side video. Literally, out of the 4 states that I invested in tax deeds are part of the 10 number one top states to invest, meaning that in a couple of years they're going to blow up, kind of like how Dallas and Austin has. So I got to figure out how to do a video on the site. Anyway, what I'm trying to say to you is that if you're limited on funds, you can get a tax deed property and hold it for a while. But once again, it's all about what's your real estate investment strategy. I had a client that said, you know what, all I have is $5,000, but I need to make money off of that $5,000. Well, you know what I told him? First of all, the $5,000 that you have, you need to cut that in half, and then you need to know that if you buy a tax deed property for $2,500, it needs to make you at least 10 or 15. So we did a plan, and then I said, okay, now that you double or triple your money, what are you trying to do with that extra, $12,000, right? Because I'm not even including the investment that he is going to put in there. And then he's like, well, I really, really want to buy a home. Of course, this person was in California, so I was like, you probably need to buy 5 or 6 tax deeds to, have a nice down payment for your home. But honestly, that was his ultimate goal, is he wanted to buy a home. So one of the things that he wanted to do was build up enough cash for a down payment on a home. Now, that's what a real estate investment strategy plan is. Now, if you're trying to exit your job, I highly suggest that this should be part-time till you get really good at it, and you actually have to be consistent at it. Or you can get a group of investors together and you can go in. I'm working on that right now, where you could probably clear, a salary if you're not 6 figures though, where you can come in and everybody put their money together and bank on one huge tax deed property. It just really depends on what your goal is. But let me just sum this video up by saying, when you are investing, how to create a real estate investment plan is to work backwards. So if you have a 3-year plan, or a 5-year plan, or even a 10-year plan, you need to start from that plan, from your goal of your 5 or your 10-year goal, and then work backwards on how you are going to invest, what your strategy is going to be. You guys all know, my strategy is I wholesale, but there's no middleman, right? I actually own the assets. I'm the seller, and I sell them cheap, right? Because I just want to unload. I no longer want to do single family anymore. So I'm unloading my properties, and I'm unloading them super cheap. And my motto is, as long as I triple, double, or quadruple, I'm selling it. I'm getting rid of it. I had a person tell me through my email list that he purchased one for $200 and sold it for $7,000. So when I tell you there's a budget for everyone in this tax deed investment niche, there's a budget for everybody. You just have to know what your plan is. I hope this video helps. Please like, please subscribe, please make comments if you have any comments or questions. I look for YouTube community. Today I want to talk about how to create a real estate investment plan. The reason why I want to go over this is because a lot of times I get on phone calls, on my one-on-one coaching calls, and a lot of people say, I want to get here, but I'm here. And because I have been investing so long, when people tell me, they want to buy a portfolio of real estate, I'm asking them, okay, what is your end game? And the only reason why I say that is because I used to be that investor too, where I wanted like 6 or 7 real estate investment homes. I had my own portfolio, and I got that portfolio, and I know you guys heard me say this before, where I was property rich and I was but cash poor. Nobody told me that, when you have one tenant in and then the tenant leaves and then you got to fix it up, there's a 3 or 4, 5 month window, you got to pay that mortgage. And if you got like 4 mortgage, including your own, then, things can get a little slim when it comes to your funds if you don't have a boatload of cash, right? So what I want you to get from this video is, what is the type of plan you should create for yourself when you're investing? Because a lot of times people say, oh, I want to invest in real estate, I want to get a rental property, or they say, I just want, to fix and flip. I always ask people, okay, what is your plan A? What is your plan B? At the end of the day, when you get all of these things, what is your exit strategy? Or, what's your 3-year plan? What's your 5-year plan? And I'll just be completely transparent with you guys. Me personally, when I moved to Dallas, I literally had like 2 pennies to rub together. And I don't want to say like I did not have like a lot of money, but I didn't have a lot of liquid cash. I had tons of business credit, but I'm very, what do you want to say? I'm very conservative when it comes to leveraging credit. Like I actually, have a plan. Like I said before, I had a business line of credit, took out $10,000, but I knew that one of those properties, if I bought one for less than $2,000, that would pay that $10,000 back. So I'm very calculated when I'm borrowing money. So anyway, back to